All right, Shalom Israel, Pastor Corey here. Hey, coming on this morning to encourage you all to continue on in the Messiah, to let nobody shake your foundation of faith, because there are many deceivers that are out there deceiving folks out of true salvation. See, the topic of discussion this morning is this. When we look out and see that there's so many things happening, I've in the past week seen a lot of people post on Facebook about the love that is waxing cold. And I saw one of my students who played football for me when I was a football coach. He, put on Facebook, I want to say maybe last night or the night before, that he's tired of the things that's going on in the city. I think he still plays basketball for a college, but yet his son is still here in Kansas City. And he posted how he was, as soon as he could, he was coming to pick up his son. Well, looks like Pastor Dow and all those who subscribe to righteousness are right about the things that are taking place in the cities. One, we just saw the talk about Section 8, how Section 8, the funding for those programs alike are going to be cut. And not only that, but we see how so many things that we are used to are going to be shooken up at the foundation in which we as a people have lazily continued in, never looking to do as some who saw these things coming have done. About 2010, 2011, we had an opportunity to go, maybe, when did we visit Straightway? Was it 2000? No, it was 2012. Well, whenever it was our first time at Straightway, I saw a man, not only a man, but I saw a black man who, me being from the city, St. Louis, living out in the sticks, the country. And what was so amazing about me, that this dude had cows and chickens and gardens, and where growing up where I grew up, you laugh at niggas like that, in so many words that people would look at. But as I look and I see the opportunity that we have moved out and we are away from all the things that's going on, then as I look at my young children, because this last week we had Brother CJ had one of his good friends shot in the back of the head because he was driving too slow. There was a group of other teens sitting in the car. Somebody rolled up and killed all three of them. And the stories go on and on. This is just in Kansas City. The friends that I still have in Kansas City are people I grew up with, the folks that I talked to last week. It seems that it was just a bunch of killing, like crazy killing going on in the cities. And so when I see people use the term that it's like this city is cold, it reminds me of the word in the Bible. It reminds me of the walk that the Most High Yah has me on now in moving forward, in preparing. Because I know that one, living set apart, getting my children out of the city was set apart for me. I've had people talk against it. You know, I've had saints that was here felt like we had them in bondage. Going up to Chicago, talking noise on videos and just a bunch of foolishness. But pretty soon, them words are going to have to be ate, because the Bible speaks about there's going to be times where in the city there are going to be uprisings and people are going to be unruly. They're going to be without law. And when you know that the Bible speaks of it and these things are coming to pass, then the best place for Israel is to prepare is away from those places. Because Yah told us to be wise. And if you practice wisdom, then you look around in the cities, there aren't hardly many that want to serve the Most High Yah. There aren't hardly any that even gives a care about the neighbor next door, because we are so treacherous among each other. I look just, you know, from the conversation we were having on Sabbath with the saints, on just all the things that I have experienced in the inner city growing up. I had my older brother, one of them, on the phone listening to us during Sabbath this past week. And some of the things that I talked about, he was able to attest to, because we actually lived it. This ain't a movie. We didn't make it up. And I knew then, he knew. The people we grew up around with, so many people we grew up around with that's on drugs, that would do anything for the very next hit. They'll steal from you. No matter if you friends, cousins, brothers, it don't matter. These folks are so gone. They are distorted. We was talking about how one of the programs that was launched early on was a platform for drugs to be introduced in the neighborhoods, in the black communities, and it surely has destroyed. I've had family members on it who have just completely destroyed their lives. And so there ain't no hope, seems like, in the city. Who's going to come and rescue these people? Who's going to rescue the people that look like me? Who's going to, talk to them? Whenever I get a chance, whenever I'm in, because I don't run from the city. I go to the city every day. I got friends that live in some of the worst areas. My wife's family that lives in some of the worst areas in Kansas City. It ain't no different than me being home. But the thing is, when you try to share truth, there be few that truly hear you. So love is going to continue to wax cold. People don't want to hear the solution to what's right, what's going to truly save. People don't want to hear it. And so people love the bondage that they are in. And so in closing this video out, I want to leave you with this. First point. If you have family members in the inner city and you are one who have come into the knowledge of truth, and these folks disregard you, they mock you, they, will not receive. It ain't you that they are not receiving. They're not receiving the master, Yahshua HaMashiach. He the one that said he came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And so I know that, I understand. I have a passion now for this. Even when I was up praying this morning, I just have a passion that we would just somehow how turn away from our wickedness, because the Most High has seen this stuff generation after generation, and at some point the word is true, he's going to rise up and the gates are going to be closed, and when they are closed, who can open it? So you can't worry about who is and who ain't. Save yourselves. My last point is, I want you to start surveying and looking around, looking at the villainization of these people that are in these inner cities. I want you to look at the conditions that how these people are living. You know, look at all the unfairness. Look at all of these things. There's a reason why these people that look like me, that grew up like me, that not all get opportunity to press out. And even when people like me try to go back and preach the word of Yah and preach truth, there's a reason why they don't receive it. And so knowing that, I know that it is my duty, and it is your duty, if you have children who is growing up in this way, it's your duty to live as set apart as possible, even though you're planting seeds and they're not being received. It's your duty to get your family to the places where the Most High Yah hand is going to be on and covered, so that you can continue to strive for salvation in the midst of the chaotic conditions that are coming upon this place that we live in. Hey, you all be blessed. I am thankful that I found pastors like Pastor Joe Fox and Pastor Dow and all the saints who are not just getting on YouTube and doing videos and drawing users, viewers, and just trying to make a name, but really putting out a message of warning, sounding the alarm. Because I too once was searching and looking, and I heard and I found what the Messiah meant for me to find, and now I too share the message in spirit and in truth, so that you who hear this message can receive and do something about it. Don't be another person that talk, but do something about it. Read the scriptures, hear the true word, be a hearer and a doer. You all be blessed out there. I'm Pastor Corey. Shalom, shalom, hallelujah.